Alrighty, y'all. We are packing up. We're in Edutainment Studios. If you guys have never gotten a behind-the-scenes look of what's going on behind me, we're heading on to the park because we're going to Busch Gardens. Say that right off the bat. Busch Gardens Williamsburg. We're heading on over there because next week they have a bunch of new and exciting things happening. But prior to, we want to go this weekend and see what they're doing in preparation. So do a little bit of what's new at Busch Gardens Williamsburg. We got to get in the car, grab our coffee, head on out, and head to the park. We got about an hour and a half drive ahead of us.
I grew up in a place where they told you what to chase, told you how to run the race. Every move was on the page, but I didn't like their way. Had to fight and misbehave, had to find a way to change, had to leave to find my way. Caught up in a daydream, I beat my mind up there almost daily. It's how I pass time, no opinions safely. It's how I understand what I want.
Alrighty guys, we are on our way. We're in the car, we're moving, and I'm not gonna snake you guys. Next week is the, I guess you could call it soft opening of Pantheon over at Busch Gardens Williamsburg. So I wanted to head to the park the weekend before. I've also seen some updates. I haven't been to the park in like 2 weeks because we were in Orlando. Check out those videos if you haven't already. So we haven't had a chance to go check out the park and see what's going on. Next week, Pantheon opens up on the 4th to Platinum Pass holders, and then on the 5th and preceding weekends up till the grand opening to regular pass holders, or all other pass holders, I guess you could say. So I'm sure that today when we get there, there's going to be something going on. You know, I'm not 100% about this, but I'm thinking with a week to go, they definitely are there working to make sure that next week is pristine for their soft opening for their pass holders. And there's also going to be like a pass holder, like VIP experience before Pantheon opens up officially, I think on the 20-something. I forget the date off the top of my head, but we'll be there for that as well. I think there's going to be food, DJ, and a couple other things. So we'll be there for that. Next weekend, we might be there for the soft opening of Pantheon. Not on the 4th because I'm not a Platinum Pass holder for SeaWorld, but I am a Premium Pass holder. So on the 5th, which is a Sunday, we can go back. But also I've seen some updates online of like paintings and other things that are going on in the park. Updates for this coming spring and summer season that Busch Gardens is preparing for. So we're going to do some of that as well. So a lot of updates, just seeing what's new at Busch Gardens Williamsburg with an emphasis on Pantheon and its soft opening leading to its grand opening. We are on the road. We got a bit of a trek ahead of us, so we got to get through this drive. We'll fast forward through it right now. Alrighty guys, we have made it to the park. So we're here at Busch Gardens Williamsburg. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to head on in and go straight towards the area where Pantheon is at and see what we could see of the construction, what they're preparing for next weekend, as well as the bridge has been closed over that way. So see if the bridge is reopening. Maybe it's only reopening next weekend once they have their St. Patty's Day event. Right now it's still Mardi Gras at Busch Gardens Williamsburg. This is the last weekend as well of Mardi Gras. So that's one new thing. And then next weekend will be St. Patty's Day. Let's head on into the park. Let's check out that area. We'll zoom on straight over. And we are in, guys. So park still all decorated for Mardi Gras. Looking very nice, and the music you can hear in the background. But we're gonna zoom on over, go left, and check out and see if Pantheon is ready. And if anything special is set up for the Platinum Pass holders and then all the other pass holders for their early preview soft opening. All right, and we're about to make our left over to Italy and Festa Italy, and this sign right here already answers one of our questions. The bridge is still currently closed to guests, but let's make our way on over to Pantheon and see if we can see anything. And as we make our way, we pass by the Escape from Pompeii building as well as the pond area. It looks like it still hasn't been refilled. It's 46 degrees out, so I don't think this ride will be reopening very soon, but I would predict that in the coming month or two, you'll see this pool get refilled as well as the ride may start functioning. It's all depending on how the weather ends up turning around, but I think not up till after the St. Patty's Day event. All right, and we're making our way through, and I'm hearing all the Mardi Gras music. One of the things that I am going to be sad to see go is the Carnival Imaginique, which was the new show for Mardi Gras here at Busch Gardens Williamsburg for the first time this year. A super cool show that if you got to check out would be awesome. But it's a show that more than likely is going to be ending with the end of Mardi Gras, and they'll probably replace it with something for their St. Patty's Day event. And here's our first look. This may be a little difficult to see, but the train station's right there, and the ride vehicle is actually sitting in the train station. Looks like there's some people around as well. Not sure if there's going to be some test running this weekend, but I'm sure there has been. They're preparing to make sure everything goes smooth next weekend and the following weekends. And here's a quick sign of Pantheon showing the official grand opening to the general public being March 25th, but starting next weekend, Platinum members will be able to start riding on March 4th, and then the preceding days, all other memberships will be able to start riding on the weekends. Okay, so I just saw the train car come into the train station, so the ride vehicle was out and there was people on it. I'm assuming those are employees that they're testing it out with, and look, it's going out. Now it is going out empty. There was no individuals on it that time, but they are test running Pantheon at the moment. I think this is the first time I've been in the park and actually seen it test running. I've only ever seen test run videos on YouTube. There's the top hat, and then it pushes you back to the spire, and you catch your speed to finally make it over that incredible top hat.
Is that Pantheon? Oh.
Now, although the ride is currently closed, it does look like they are doing some test running. Next week is coming up upon us very quickly, and we'll be able to ride this ride if we're here on the 5th. I gotta say, I've heard some mixed reviews, but just looking at the ride going, I can't imagine this ride is gonna let me down. The similarities to a ride like Velocicoaster are inevitable. The top hat is an amazing element, but it does have that rollback element that they don't have over at Velocicoaster, so I'm excited to try that out and see what it feels like. This ride, the only thing it's missing is the theming elements. I really wish I could get us a little bit closer so you could see more of the track, but this coaster is a coaster through and through, a raw coaster. Like I was saying, you know, theming elements like what you would see on Velocicoaster aren't everywhere. You know, they do have some of the theming and backstory with the Roman gods, but that's about it. Aside from that, if you're coming to ride, you're coming to ride for the coaster experience and the coaster experience only. And here's another look at the train station where you can see there's obviously decent groups of people that are getting to ride Pantheon before everyone else. Once again, I'm assuming these are all employees. And here's a different angle from the opposite side of Pantheon where you could get another look at the spire, as well as some of the additional elements. You know, you got the top hat, which everybody knows about, but you got some of the inversions here, as well as some of like the turns on the coaster. This looks like an impressive track. I am so excited for next weekend. I currently have a trip to Orlando, but I'm more than likely going to be canceling that trip to Orlando. So, oh look, there's a car going right now. But I'm more than likely going to be canceling that trip to Orlando, not just because of Pantheon, but for other reasons. And I will be here to check out Pantheon on the 5th. I'm hoping, fingers crossed. All right, now we're gonna make our way out of this area. Looks like we've seen enough of what Pantheon could provide us. Unfortunately, there isn't their best viewing angles given how this area is like set up, and also they have like the bridge area closed down, so we can't go over there and check out a different angle of Pantheon. We're gonna make our way to the other side of the park and check out a couple things that I've seen online that have been updated, some new painting and whatnot. And online, I wasn't a big fan of the color that they've changed some of the areas to, but we'll check them out firsthand and see if maybe in person they look a little bit better. All right, and off to the back of the park we go. You know, funny enough, I don't think I've ever ridden this out into the park. I've only ever ridden it while I'm leaving the park on the way back to the entrance, which I guess makes sense because you're tired of walking. But I'm interested to see what the ride is like in this route. I think I have done it. It's just been a while. Are any of the horses out? No, but it looks like they're doing something down there. Oh, but the sheep are out. I do love this view of the rides. Can't see Pantheon from here because Escape from Pompeii is blocking it. But you can see Loch Ness, Alpengeist, and Griffin. And typically we make our way into Ireland through this bridge and we pay respects to the water feature. It looks like Griffin is not running currently. Mac Tower in the distance is running, but Griffin, Alpengeist is still getting painted, so that's understandably down. And Loch Ness is down as well. Looks like the only guy running right now is Pantheon. Oh, and you could kind of see Pantheon now in the distance. All right, so last time we were here, we were supposed to get beignets, but we didn't. And given that this is the last weekend of Mardi Gras, let's go ahead and get some beignets and we'll talk a little bit. All right, so in addition to the beignets, which look delicious, we ended up getting the jambalaya as well. We're gonna test these out, have a little chat back here about Pantheon, and continue having fun with our day. Alrighty guys, quick interruption to your regularly scheduled programming. I hope you guys are enjoying the video so far. Thank you for making it this far, and I hope you continue to watch after this. We got still a lot of fun here in the parks. But before we move any further, please make sure to subscribe to the channel to show your support. Your support goes a really long way, and we're still working really hard to grow the channel. Also, don't forget to smash that like button if you're enjoying this video to make sure that I put out more content just like this. And also comment down below and let me know if you guys have any ideas. I do my best to address all the ideas in the comments. I personally reply to all of the comments, and if there's a good idea out there, I'll try to come out here and film it for you. But without further ado, let's get back to your regularly scheduled programming. All right, let's try just a quick bite of the jambalaya and a quick bite of the beignets. Oh wow, so it has shrimp in it. Wow, that's really good. The rice is kind of like mushy, but I like that about it. And sausage. Oh, that's sausage. All right, this is gonna be weird to go from a spicy sausage to beignet. Spicy sausage, that's what she said. But let's do it anyway. You know, not to throw shade, but I think those are better than the ones that I tried at the Mardi Gras at Universal Studios. Woo! All right, let's talk a little bit about what we've seen so far. All right, so I just wanted to take a quick minute and chat a little bit about the new ride, Pantheon, at Busch Gardens Williamsburg. This is a big undertaking for Busch Gardens Williamsburg and an amazing addition to a already pretty amazing lineup. And they haven't had an addition like this in a really long time. I guess last time they had Invader, but Invader isn't a true like serious coaster. It's a really cool wooden coaster, but now they have Pantheon. I'm excited to see how this changes the landscape of the park. Busch Gardens has been doing really well as far as like their numbers, visitors, and everything, and they've managed to kind of weather the storm through the pandemic by remaining open for select weekends and special events. Now that they're getting back into the swing of things and are open annually the whole entire year, which is something new as well after the pandemic, I think Pantheon is only going to add to that. That ride looks amazing. To me, I haven't ridden it yet, but it's reminiscent of a Velocicoaster type of addition to a park. What do you guys think? Do you think that Pantheon's gonna make a significant impact? I mean, if it doesn't, that'll be super heartbreaking, not only to me as a fan, but also to the park. I mean, they've made a pretty large investment there. I do think that they could have done a better job of promoting Pantheon a little bit more. I think people like myself and some of the insiders know about it, but not everybody has heard about Pantheon, and I think that's what they need to do, is they need to get the word out there. Maybe once the ride is up and running, you'll see some commercials and whatnot, or more commercials, because there are commercials for it out in the public. I don't know. I'm excited. Next weekend starts a lot of feedback, a lot of people talking about what they've experienced. I've heard some feedbacks, and for the most part, pretty decent feedback, but I think that's just during the test run. You can't judge that ride off of the first couple rides or the first couple weekends. I think come March 25th, when they're officially open, is when we'll be able to actually make a true judgment of what that ride is going to be like. Now let's continue to make our way through the park. There's that portion that I was talking about that has been repainted that I want to see in person and give you my opinion on how it looks. Let's keep on walking through. And now, as we make our way past through the bridge, we stop really quick so we can check out the repainting of Alpengeist. For a while, it's been very hard to notice that they've been painting it because they've been painting out in the distance that way, but now they're getting closer, and now you can see the different supports are half one color, that's the old color, and then this is the new color. A lot of the marketing material already reflects the new color, and I think I kind of like it. Leave a comment down below. Do you appreciate the old Alpengeist color or that new like light blue? I think that light blue is more fitting for like a ride where you're skiing and snow and ice and whatnot. Here we are in Germany, and you see the big change. This color is very in your face. I'm not sure how much I'm liking this, but it looks like there's a bunch of other colors inside as well. And you know what? I'm having a hard time recollecting what the colors were previously. I think maybe they were more this little like light tan instead of all these like pastel colors. Actually, yeah, you could actually see at the peak of this roof where the like new like tealish color is and where the old color ends or begins. Interesting. All right, so I feel like a detective right now. We're finding some of the info out. So I saw these pictures online with the color change and didn't know why, but apparently Rheinfeld Village is getting not rethemed, but repainted to a more traditional color. You'll see actually in Germany, these colors are a lot more traditional. It was before kind of just like a muted color, but now these like pastels and more bright colors are more of what's traditional over in Germany. And here you have like a selection of all the colors that are going to be going up. Let's keep walking through Rheinfeld Village and see what other colors have gone up. All right, so this color over here, the yellow and the teal that they have up already, and you can see the gaps where some of the colors haven't gone up, but these colors are a lot more subtle. It's this orange that's kind of throwing me off, but I have a feeling now after looking at the pictures and the ideas where this is coming from, once it's like settled in, it'll be a much more like easy on the eye. You just got to get used to it type of thing, but it does look kind of cool. And it's nice to see that they're still, you know, keeping up with the areas and making sure that they don't get stale. And over here by the clock tower, you see the colors going in as well. And up here where the like mural and the clock is, you'll see the old color. I wonder if they're going to paint that in, because there is that mural up there that looks really nice. And then obviously the clock, are they going to paint it in into these colors? That'll be interesting to see. I don't want to see the clock go away. But now that I've walked through completely, I mean, the colors make a little bit more sense. I know a little bit more than what I knew when I just saw it online. And, you know, it's kind of a cool idea to get a little bit more traditional. See, and this is why I like coming to the park and checking these things out firsthand and sharing it with you guys. Because if you're anything like me, you saw these pictures online of the color change and had no idea why it was happening. And all you saw was probably that real, like, pungent orange that they were putting up. Now that we've come to the park, did a little investigating, we saw the sign, and they're just trying to change things so they look a more traditional color for the area that they're talking or trying to mimic in another country. So that's super cool. Let's keep on making our way through. Let's go check out Oktoberfest. And as we make our way into Oktoberfest, we got the Curse of Dark Castle building, RIP, but changes may be coming there as well in the new season or in the coming years. And now that we're in Oktoberfest, I see this orange color over here as well. And I'm wondering, has that been there the whole entire time? It does look very fitting in this area, which is part of Germany in the Oktoberfest area by Festhaus. So now the areas are going to mesh better together, I guess. Alrighty, and we are just about doing our full loop. It looks like over here at Festhaus, we got a jazz band playing. We got different show times. We got 1, 2:30, 3:45, and 5 p.m. We're not going to check it out because we're going to start making our way out of the park. But we've had a good time checking out all the new updates and talking to little Pantheon. Alrighty guys, if there's anything to take away from today's video is Pantheon is coming, and very soon. As soon as next weekend for some of us, and March 25th for the rest. I hope you guys enjoyed coming along, checking out some of the new things that are going on in here at Busch Gardens Williamsburg, as well as talking about Pantheon and the opening next weekend for members. Thank you so much for jumping on the video. I'll see you guys on the next one. But don't forget to ask yourself, have you been entertained?